Ooh. Hello? Hello, everyone? Hey. So, today on VTubing My Slow Life Hobbies in My 30s, I'm gonna be building... Well, this is gonna be part one of what's probably gonna be a multi-part series. Well, just because of the effort it's gonna take to... Well... We're gonna be building a miter saw station. Today's objective, today's goal is to get the main box, the main part of the station. So the miter saw. So in case you don't remember from previous streams or anything, I've had a lot of difficulty breaking down long pieces of material, and the way most people will break down large pieces of material is with a miter saw station. I have a miter saw, but I don't have a station for it, so I don't have the support on either side, because basically what a miter saw does is a circular saw that chops down, and then you have some that slide that are slightly fancier ones, which kind of want, but we'll see when the budget says yes to it, but it might happen eventually. So earlier we built a shop cart, which actually is right there. That's the shop cart, and then on top of it we got our first piece of plywood for today. And down there is going to be the circular saw, which we're going to use. So, getting this miter saw station built, the miter saw station is going to be a really great quality of life, especially for breaking down large pieces, long pieces of wood and various things like that. So, I'm really excited to get this project going. So, I've got a parts list here, and I'm using the build plans from Fix This Build That YouTube channel. I bought the plans off their Etsy store, and they seem to be they're a really good set of plans and with a lot of details. So let's go ahead and start getting into it. So in case you might be wondering about what this piece of wood is, and this other one over here, and I've got another over on this side of the world, over by me, and these are going to be to help support the plywood on the workbench, because that circular saw down there, I need to have a little bit of clearance underneath the blade as I'm cutting through the plywood and all that stuff. And also I have handy dandy leather gloves, because earlier the other day I got a bit of a boo-boo because of the plywood. So I'm gonna take our build list, our parts list, set it to the side, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab the first piece of plywood, and then we'll start cutting. Okay. And send. No. Okay. 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 Oh my goodness, this actually takes up a lot of room. This is gonna be a fun day. This is gonna be a fun, awkward day. Okay, so looking at my parts list, the parts side, I think actually the plans I had. Okay, so according to my plans, we're gonna cut out the B side, so a little bit. So this is already a half sheet of plywood. Plywood comes in 4 foot by 4 foot by what? What is it? 4 foot by 8 foot. So this being a half sheet of plywood, this is 2 feet from this side to this side, and then it's like 8 feet from here to here. This is taking up an absolute silly amount of room. But we're gonna try and work with it that we can. So we're gonna be cutting a B part out of our parts list. So the B part is gonna be 23 3/4 by 24 3/4. So we're already 23 3/4. So all we have to do is mark 24 3/4 here. Well, let's see. Right around in here. Then once we get that marked up and all that good stuff, then we can get it all out and actually start cutting some wood. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the packet. Okay. 4 3/4. So I've got a mark down here, and then I've got a mark up here. Then I'm gonna take a straight edge. I'll be doing this on both sides. Okay, so we got a cut line marked. And in the spirit of measure twice, cut once. Okay. We are where we need to be, and we indeed are. So that it is time for circular salcoon. Actually, do I have a long enough? Okay, well, I have horrendously distanced myself from the outlet I was going to use, so I'm going to have to use the outlet behind me. That I'm going to need power. And I know this was going to actually be like a really fun day just simply because of the fact it's going to be like, man, I have never really done a lot of like plywood sheet breaking down, and I'm going to try and do that on the stream because, yeah, I don't like my life. Well, I like my life, it's just okay with making it rough at times. And also, class, here's a handy dandy technique for your power cables. Take them, loop them over, like so, and then that way when you pull on it, so if you're ever like dragging your tool around your shop or what have you, this keeps the plug from getting pulled out. Okay. So I'm gonna actually, so we are marked, Saul has power. We are about ready to start cutting. So, safety glasses. Always protect your eyes from sawdust whenever possible. And Well, actually, there's no more and. There's. Well, I also took my gloves off because don't mix gloves and spinning blades, because if like a bit of your finger hits the blade just goes through the finger, and you have a singular boo-boo, and yeah, you're just gonna look back and reflect upon what you've done to yourself. For a glove, if the blade catches a glove, especially like a glove like this, like a fairly heavy like leather glove, yeah, it's just gonna pull your whole hand in there and just do nasty things to it. So let's get started. Woo! Okay, that was fun. Sprayed a lot of sawdust at my face. And also this current piece, the piece of plywood that the thing is sitting on right now, yeah, it does not want to stay where it's at. So I'm gonna take my piece, kind of look at the quality of my cut, kind of show you here. Ugh. Hey, can you go off to the side? Oh. I was a bit off the mark because I was following the laser. So definitely have to trim this down, it looks like. Definitely have to trim it down, but I can do that. I can do that at the table saw later. So, okay. So I'm gonna mark my part because this is one of my B cuts. So it's a 24 3/4 by 23 3/4, and then I'm also gonna put an F there and an F there. So let me show you the F. So the F is going to mark my factory edge. So that's going to be a good straight edge I can reference against when I pass this piece through the table saw to just take a hair bit off. And hopefully I just don't repeat that for the next couple of cuts. So I've got an F here and then an F on that edge. So that is our first part cut. And set it over. So we'll restack that, support our piece of plywood, and we'll bring our piece of plywood over. Okay. So we'll just keep moving our materials down the line. Yeah, circular saw can. The way I have this cutting set up right now, I'm blasting the sawdust from the circular saw in this direction. This is also the direction I'm standing, but this is also keeping the stuff away from the streaming setup and stuff. Well, all the fun stuff. Okay, so according to our build plans, our next... Actually, here, let me show you the tape measure. Let's get the tape measure in here. Yeah, here we go. So, our next is going to be 32 3/4. 32 3/4 by 23 3/4. So that's going to be there. I have a... Yeah, that's one of the things with glasses is sometimes you'll see... Sometimes you'll have a bit of a glare and you'll be like, is that where I want it to be? Yeah. So I'm gonna make a couple of marks at my 23, well, 32 3/4, because that's gonna be the length of this. So this is actually gonna be like one of the sides of the cart. So then we're gonna take our straight edge. Mark straight across. And it looks like my marks are a little out of sync because this one, just that one on the edge, is a bit over, but I think that's because this edge that I just cut is a little bit uneven. So where I want it. I want it there. And there. If my Brandon, that is the great thing about shop furniture, is this is all stuff for the shop, being built in the shop. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be good enough for the shop, which this most certainly will. So, got our line marked. I'm going to actually stand over here and let's cut. Okay, so I really gotta share this with you guys. So when I made this cut, my other end started sliding. And that and the pencil nearly went off. And I caught it just in time. I caught it just in the nick of time. Oh my gosh. That's great. That's great. Okay, so we're going to take this piece set to the side. We're going to take circular saw coon. And also, I do apologize for the shadowy stripes. Apparently the lighting I use in my shop causes a horrendous amount of lens flare. And one of my extracurricular projects at a time when I have time to dig into is going to be working on that. So I'm happy about that. Happy about that. And I'm happy about that. Okay, cool. So where's handy dandy pencil? Handy dandy pencil. Cool. Go with the handy dandy pencil. Okay. So this end here, let me show you. This is actually the factory edge, so it gets an F. And Fs in wood is a good thing. And so our... Wait, let me check my... Where's my parts list? Yeah. So, the ones that are 23 3/4 by 32 3/4, that's part A. So that's an A part. This is going to be one of the sides. So I'm going to take this and set it to the side since it's all marked up. Bring back this. Well, we're going to take our final cut off this. So I'm just going to check with my instructions, and sweet, this is going to be a B part. So we're going to do another B part. B is going to be the 24 3/4. Use the handy dandy gloves to sweep sawdust into the abyss of the shop. And then why did I do this to myself? I grab tape measure. I'm literally like, I'm gonna put some marks on things and it's like, where's my pencil? And my pencil was under my parts list. How dare I do that to myself? So we want 24 1/4. Right there. So we're gonna be doing this like the others. We're gonna do 3 marks. Just to have that good old redundancy. Okay. Yippee! So, we got handy dandy straight edge. Reference factory edge. Ooh, I can need that to be a bit more. But okay. We'll see how this turns out. This looks interesting. It looks like an absolute mess, but they're on the absolute. Right. If I hit the line here, I'm good. Hit line here, I'm good, but I'm not so good here, so. Yeah. Just a hair off here, because I hit the mark. I hit that mark, but this is the mark that I need to hit for the thing. So straight edge back, up arm. Okay, that should be better. But I'm going to confirm the better. Yep, so off. Hit this here, I'm good, but if I go on. Oh, this is just going to be fun. Okay, so we're marked up. Grab circular saw. And let's make another cut. Get ourselves another piece. Woo! Okay. Set that there. Still see remnant lines, and is my handy dandy tape measure under here? Yes! So we're gonna do out. I can live with that. See, these are gonna be shelf pieces, so I definitely do want to straighten my edges up. On. That will. So we do need to take a little bit off an edge eventually, but for now, we're gonna run with it. So this edge out here, that's gonna be the factory edge, and then this is a B part. So just things we can do to help see the project. Okay, and there, we're gonna have that sit over there. Oi! Fun. Okay. Don't be dropping the straight edge, Sugi. Okay. So we got a scrap piece off the end of that. So, that's the end of the first half sheet. So, I'm gonna put this where I can reach it, make sure I've got most of my various things where I want them to be, where I want them to be. I shall re-don the gloves, and then grab the next half sheet. And keep breaking down. Oh. Why did I do that? Why did I do this to myself? The thing I did, and also the thing I did to myself is I was bringing over a sheet of plywood, and that was still sitting on the workbench. Which is like, I can't get the piece of plywood with that sitting on the workbench. So, off to the side with you. Up here with Plywood Coon. Hello, Plywood. Are you not precariously doing any precarious things? Okay. And I gotta just reach into the plywood void for the various miscellanea that I need. Okay. So, gloves are gonna go back off. The gloves are off. And I will reference the plans to see what my next one is. My next one should be B. Yeah, it's B. So a B part is gonna be 24 3/4. So the B parts are going to be the shelves that fit in the box. The A pieces are going to be the sides of the thing. And then the B stuff is going to go in the center. And then eventually I don't know if we'll cut the C part, because the C part's going to be like the back of the thing. Because the C cut's going to be... Ooh, it's going to be rough. It's going to be really rough. But we'll worry about that bridge when we get to it. For now, we'll worry about making a 24 3/4 cut here. So we'll do one mark there. Mark there. Oh. And straight it. Okay. Flip it around to the other side. And we'll see how this mark measures up. Hug. Okay. Well, let's go ahead, grab the circular saw, and we'll make a cut. I'll have another workpiece. Well, not another workpiece, but yeah, well, and grab this and hurt me. Okay. Whew. Sorry about that. Ugh. Let's see here how we want to go about this. Because that wants to go that direction, and then this piece wants to go in the other direction. Let's just bring this up here for now. Okay. So this will be a B part with... We'll have this edge be a factory edge, and then we'll have a factory edge over here. So let's just show off those wonderful factory edges, which this basically helps give me a good reference for when I want to, for if and when I want to straighten these out at the table saw, which will probably happen. I don't know if it'll happen today, maybe. Whoop, 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 whoop. So, okay, we'll set that there. Let's grab this. Carry it on over. Ah. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna set. And okay, we're back. So, saw out of the way. So let's measure up for our next side piece. This is going to be an A part. So this is going to be the 32 3/4. 3/4 there. 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 Okay. Finish it. Okay, we got a disagreement. Right. Oh. Left is right. So the left line is right. So over that. Granted, I don't even know if I like what I got going on down there. So this is fun. All of it. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna follow that line for a little bit, and then I'm just gonna go in between the lines. The joys of working with wood. Okay, let's make another cut. Okay. Okie dokie. Circular salcoon off to the side. Just chill out for a little bit. We check this out. So, we got. Oh yeah. We can live with it. Because that's the fun thing about this part. This part A is this is the side, so if we have like a bit of a rough edge, we can just make that the down portion. And also marking these factory edges are going to help us later on when we go to assemble, because I know if I put this on a flat surface and then abut another piece of material, it will be fine. Well, it will all be flat, referencing off each other. Okay. And now time for D. So D is going to be a little bit of a tricky one. Okay, so we want it to be 37 and quarter. So I wonder how much do I got here? Because this is awesome. Actually, this is a factory edge. We're gonna kind of measure off that, but okay. Thinking. Believe it or not, this VTuber is having thoughts right now, and they are positive thoughts. They are very positive thoughts, because the way this is shaping up right now is I will only have to take a little bit off down here, where we just most recently made our cut. Well, here, where the tape measure is. And because we want the piece I'm looking at right now to be 37 inches and a quarter. Which is... like right there. So we'll just be like ripping like a small piece off. It's great because that minimizes waste. All about minimizing waste. All about getting the value out of the amount of sheet. Whoop. Okay. Then Ooh. So I've got disagreeing lines. This is what... Honestly, I should have used the longer straight edge for this. Granted, I wanted to use the one I had because it was... Oh. Okay. So... Is my disagreement on the screen? Where's my disagreement? Okay, yeah. So the line... This one. This line's good. Other line is a little too far over, so... Good enough for government work. So that goes there, that goes there, and... Okay, so we are marked in. Ah, okay. Okay. I need to think. So here's what's going on right now. And this deals with... So far tonight, I've been cutting like this, in this direction, towards the bottom of the screen. The issue is, with this cut, since I have so little material here, this is my reference, and here's my blade, and I probably shouldn't be putting my fingers near that while I have power to the saw. But I have very little... I have thin area of wood to support most of the weight of the material. So what I need to do is flip this around and cut with this side, because I can't go around the workbench because there's a wall here. There's a wall over there. So I'm gonna have to flip this piece of wood around, and then once the wood's flipped around, I should be able to make a cut. So, but I'm also gonna move my old boards. So now I have the support to make the cut. So there we go. This will work. Waiting. Okay, so okay. So that's our offcut. That's going to be eventually going towards the scrap bin. So this piece. So this piece currently represents what might be the most, let's say, complex of tonight's build. Yeah, there you are. There you are, you little goober. That factory edge. So, one of the so this piece is going to be for the side wing supports, and check my plans right quick. So, in order to cut this, I'm gonna need it to be, oh, so 4 inches off on this side, and then 4 inches off on that side, and then that will get me where I want to be. Yep. Huh. Fun. Okay, so I'm gonna at least try to measure up this cut. Granted, so this is gonna be one of the harder cuts, simply because what it is I'm gonna be marking 4 inches off this corner here, and then I'll be marking 4 inches off the opposite corner there, and then I draw a line between the two, and then I cut that line. This is what I've got a mark there, and I have a mark here, and then I basically line those up and then cut those. So let me get a longer straight edge. A longer straight edge. I have one. Have to get it out. To get the level. So I'm just gonna kind of just eyeball that, and then there. That looks good. We'll mark a line. Oh. I turned a bit. Can't be turning during this line. Know what? Man invented clamps for man for a reason. So this will help me. That'll help anchor it on one part of the world, so that way I can line it up with the other. And let's take a look and see what we got. So I came off. So I'm a bit off down here on this side of the world. Kind of see I kind of overshot it a little bit, but look good on that side of the world, so I like that. So I feel like it is a straight and crisp enough of a line for me to actually play with. So let's see. Yeah, I got a factory edge there, I got those marked out, yada yada. I think we're gonna go for this. We're gonna go for this diagonal cut. Want to. I would like to get as much of cuts done. Hey. Oh. I'm gonna have. I just need to figure out my support blocks situation. Cause ooh, yeah. Well, I think for this, so that it was me being like, okay, do I want dust going this direction? And honestly, it's going to be one cut. Let's go for it. I don't care anymore. Well, it's not that I don't care anymore. It's just, you know what? We have this momentum. Let's keep it going. So, this is going to be real fun getting it started. And hopefully it'll be fun. good. Oh my goodness. Okay, so. Oh, sit there. This. Wait. Okay. I didn't cut all the way through down here. I was being a little too gingerly. Let's see. Do I want to just quickly batch that out with the saw? Nah. Did I get to the handsaw? Of course, yes. Because of course there is just like absolute massive big piece of plywood just chillaxing and hanging out. Because the big piece of plywood is, after we play with this, is the next thing we'll get to play with. Unfortunately or not unfortunately. Yeah. That was nothing. Sweet. Sweet. Oh. Believe it or not, though, it's fully done with these pieces. Because we're actually, I think we're measuring 4 inches off this, and then we're just gonna cut 4 inches off. So, gonna just recheck with my plans. Okay, so I'm gonna measure 4 inches from here up. Okay. So, what that's gonna look like is something like this. So, basically where 4 inches hits that slope, that's where we want our line. So, 4 inches. This piece isn't being supported very well. And we'll just want to just cut that this little triangular pointy bit off. But I'm going to take this, set it to the side. I'm actually going to set a circular saw coon on that. And then take this, dunk the sawdust off, and we'll work with this piece. So. Okay. Yeah, that's close enough. Right, it got a little squiggly at the end, though. I don't like this. Right, I guess that's what I get for trying to, like, mark something straight with the tape measure. Whatever. Actually, there's actually ways for me to fix what I'm thinking about. And that is the current state of that line. This handy dandy thing. So I'll just mark my point. And then I got a nice straight line to cut. And set that there, set this here. And actually, I'm gonna want to bring this support block further over because most of the weight of my saw is gonna be here when I'm making this cut. So I just want to have my support be where I'm cutting. Because I don't want this to like do anything weird while I'm holding the tool with the spinning blade of doom. So. Okay, there we go. May not be the most perfect of cuts. I kind of came a little out, but I'm not worried about that. So, can't read my parts list. Oh, that's better. And so my wing side supports, those are the D parts. So I'm gonna put a big D. That way I can keep track of my parts. Yeah, what's that D parts there? Those are gonna be later. We're gonna play with those, but we're gonna play with those later. Oh, that's gonna be later. That's probably gonna be. If I'm honest, that's probably gonna be round 2. The other parts we cut today, A, B, and eventually C, those will be coming into play later tonight. Hopefully. Hopefully. And man, that one came out a lot straighter. Look at that. That looks great. I love it. Cool. And, oh yeah, haven't put a D on this. And time for the D. The D. Okay. About that later. Okay, now. So, now we are reaching the fun part of the cutting. So, we basically divvied up the 2 half sheets. I now have to think about how I get a full sheet on here, which is filling me with immense amounts of dread. So, first thing I gotta do is... So I had to get the keyboard off the workbench. Normally for most builds, the keyboard gets to live on the workbench for a good portion of the build, but not tonight. Tonight, that's just not going to be possible. And I'm also going to bring the table out, because I'm going to want that additional support. And honestly, if I'm being smart here, let's just clear off everything off the table. Get everything off the table, off to the side. Because... get rid of the plywood. And the plywood... There's really nothing I can do well to convey to you all the sense of how large a piece of a full 4 foot by 8 foot piece of plywood. And also gloves. Gloves. No more splinters insides of hands. Oh boy. Question now is, how do I want to lift this? Very concerned. Actually, that's the answer. Because just go for it, wingnut. The mic might like this a lot. Okay, yep. Yep. Yep, that was the problem with that idea. The bench was on casters. It moved on me. I mean, as it was designed to do so. So, let's try I lock one caster. I give not enough to honestly, I have to be a big man and lift this up in one piece. Whoa! Oh. Now that it's kind of like vaguely on the workbench, really conveying to me the size of this. We'll find out later. Okay. Yikes. That was massive. Massive. I did not bring the workbench out nowhere near enough. Oh my god. Okay. Knew this was going to be a really fun stream with lots of awkward stuff. Playing with this plywood definitely takes the cake. Actually. Nope. This is fun. Let's get the pack driver off the... That's good. How that's gonna have to be. And go there. That's gonna go there. Man, I don't know what I can do. Like do. Like the scale of this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, well. No time like the present to get some work done. No. We're actually going to be using a full level. I'm going to be using this because, my goodness gracious, it's big. So for the back, but I want a 31-inch thing. Take a look at my parts. Honestly, I want to up that. Granted, I have to make another. Wait, no. This. We do 26. No. Making things complicated. I shouldn't be doing that. Especially not at this juncture. Especially not at the scale I'm at now. So we're just going to go ahead and go for our 31 inches. There. Hey! And I am starting to doubt my ability to get this cut. But we will make our best due effort. That's all anyone can do at the end of the day. Your best effort. Okay. Oh, I've got there. Okay. Fun. I'm reaching the limits of what my arms can do. I am quite. Why did that have to be? Also, this thing's slightly curved, so it's really hard to keep the level. Level against the thing. Woo! Okay, so back. So I got no support boards underneath my cut, which is good. Now is line checking. Wow. Wow, it has to get there for even you guys to see that. Wow. This is fun. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna go for this. Because, yeah, that's all we can do. Oh. I was wearing my gloves. I take those out. Okay. Yeah, that was like the limit of my arms. Unless I got something to hand on. I'm close. I'm really. Uh-oh. Okay. Da-da-da. Okay. Great piece of plywood has been broken asunder. Okay, let's grab. Oh, can I grab that piece? Oh, you weird. No, I really don't want you doing anything weird. Other great big plywood. Okay, it's gotta rest. Cool. So. There we go. There we go. So. Ooh. So I got a bit of a rough edge over here where I was overextending. So I'm going to straighten that out right quick. Or attempt to. Damn it. I think what I gotta do. That's what I gotta do. I don't know. It's a punch cut. I don't like it. Okay. Whew. Whew. Okay, so got a little. Wait. Oh, okay. Looks like the music dropped out for a little bit. Whew. So that is that piece cut. So, well, we actually have to do another piece on that, but we gotta keep breaking this down because I gotta get one more cut out of it. Let's see. So the last one we did was 33 inches. 33 inches this way. Next one, well, next one we're doing is 33 and a half. And the one get to do now, well, 33 and a half is what we're doing now. Last one we did, that was 31. Put that there. Oh, and this is gonna actually be the piece that gets us a lot of the. This next piece of plywood is actually gonna be for the wings of the thing. Oh wow, 33 puts me there. Okay, that's exciting. Let me just double check my plans right. That 33 and a half, that was indeed 33 and a half. Okay. So, 3 and and I'll come around this way. Will my long arms allow me to do this? But that's also just like the fun of doing stuff like this. This type of stuff is a little wild. It's not like everyone's cup of tea, which is fun, but that's more than fun. making days for you. Oh, visual hack. My sleeve was catching on one of the parts for the circular saw. So like, stop doing that. Okay, so Zoontag! Hair grip. Because I only need to be really accurate there. My line drifts. Yeah, that's why my line's drifting, cause so one of the things about this piece of plywood is from here to here, laterally along the 4-foot side, it's curving. And it's making it really hard for me to get a straight line on this. So that's tick marks. Help me out. But I only need to be like super accurate on like one side, because the other side of this particular piece of plywood is actually going to be scrap. So I also move because if the circular saw blade hits them, there's some kind of bad stuff is gonna happen. Maybe not really bad, but kind of. And I don't want that. Go for this. That's that last. It. Dun 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 dun. Yeah. Woo! There we go. I'm gonna go ahead, get some sawdust off, Mark my full of love factory ends on this. So, we're gonna take more pieces of this out. But, I think for now, we're gonna set this to the side. to the side. Kind of get this. So, it's over. Okay. Gloves. Off to the outer world. So, this binding piece of plywood. This. This is not being used for this project. Which is like the best news that I can give this is the best news I can give myself to this. I don't have to worry about breaking down like massive sheet. Here. Ooh. Make our workbench a little bit more mobile, bring it a bit more into frame now. So, we are now dealing with smaller, more workable pieces, which I am excited by. I shouldn't be this excited by them. I am. It was a lot of work working with the full sheet. The full sheet was a monster. So this. And so I'm gonna need to make a 26 pots. So this. So you may notice that like this piece plus that other part number. Because the reason I didn't put part numbers on is because I honestly didn't need to, because both that last piece that I threw behind me and this piece further broken. For the piece that you see before you now, this is actually going to be the only cut I'm going to make on this. I think. I don't know, but straight edge. And with a line, check your line. Off of I think this might be it. We'll see. Now go there. Give this a check. We'll work with it. Because this piece is... This is going to be PC. This is going to be the back. So this is going to actually help square up the build later. So let me supports where so I do want the plywood to be well supported while I'm cutting it. Man, this stream so far is just literally just you guys watching me run a circular saw over plywood. But fun. I've had fun. Okay. Actually starting to get good at this. Or at least running silver stuff, so that's gonna be back. Oh, it's down over. So this is a scrap piece that, which, ooh, we can have a bit of realization. Okay, cool. So you can see this mark and got a mark here, because I make V marks for whenever I make like a cut on a thing. Because I have a V mark on this side of the world and this side of the world, that means my opposite sides of the world are factory edges. And those are just like very, like say I wanted to, because there's going to be parts later, I'm going to need stuff, I'm going to need to rip stuff through the table saw. If I want to rip cuts through the table saw, if I run the factory edge through the tape against the table saw fence and then cut off from the other side, I'm going to get really good cuts that way. So for now, this is going to be for now this is going to be a scrap piece. So I'm going to refer to my plans and see what I want to do. So the 33 and 1/4 inch, which was the piece from earlier, that like last big piece, we ripped off the sheet of plywood. So we're going to be taking quite a few cuts from that. I don't know how. So the grand debate I'm going to be having with myself for probably about the next 3 minutes is going to be like, okay, so I have a bunch of small pieces that I want. I want 4 10.5 inch piece long by 1.5 inch wide. Like really, I have a lot of real small, like almost like scrap like pieces, but I think these larger sheets I would like to keep them as like larger sheets. So I'm gonna start reading through my scraps. So for example, I've got 2 scrap pieces here. So since I want a whole bunch of pieces off a 10.5 inch piece of plywood, I want to see if I've got any 10.5 inch pieces cut. I got 9. That's 8. Darn. I got a piece over there. So I think this piece is okay. Cool. So yeah, so this is actually a piece where we could just, let's see, is it just 10.5? No, I got 2 12s, which I could also rip 12s out of this. So I could actually get quite a bit of my small off pieces from this. So I'm going to save this piece in particular for the small off pieces. So I don't need the big level anymore. That can go off to the side. It lives somewhere. The workbench can come in a little bit more, just because we're now at a point where we're no longer breaking down like 3 pieces. I mean, we still got some really big piecework to do. I mean, I've still got to make let's see, what is it? I gotta make 2. What are those? 12-inch. Yeah, I gotta make 2 12-inch cuts off that big piece of plywood. I'm trying to think. Do I want to just go ahead and do that and get that? The answer is I should just go ahead and get that done now. Yeah, I should go ahead and get that done. And because if I take those 2 off, I actually have a whole bunch of like small, well, they're small as in like the width of the thing. They're going to be long like these boards, but they're going to be like small in terms of, well, long in terms of length, but small in terms of width. Blech. Words. So I think we're going to go ahead and grab that other piece of plywood, and we're going to break that down with the purpose of getting our shelf. Well, what's going to be the like the tops of the shelves. And there's a lot of sawdust in the air. I've got the air filter running, but still a lot of sawdust in the air. It. Bloop. I am really good at losing my pencil. I am incredibly talented at losing my pencil. So this is our parts list. This is my 33.5 inch, and I'm gonna want 2 12-inch pieces like this. Pretty straightforward stuff. Hey now. But we are getting to the point where our needs are getting smaller. Our parts are getting smaller. So I think so at the current rate we're making progress, we're probably going to go ahead and keep this up. Get these 2, what are they? Parts G, yeah. So once we get our G parts cut out of this piece of plywood, that will large pieces. Those will be all the large pieces. Then I think what we'll do from there, moving forward from there, is we'll work on... Yes, I did that. I keep setting my pencil under the piece of plywood. Do all my mark. Why do I do this? Yugi, why do you do this to yourself? Why? Yeah, I definitely had wiggles in that, but let's check and see how bad those wiggles turned out. Fine. Just a little wiggly at the end. I'm gonna just have to be mindful of that. Alright. level there. And this, I can just supports over. We'll batch out our last big cut. Ah, we're almost there. Alright. These marks. Hey, you doing that? Okay. Okay. Let's see what our line's like. I can live with that. I can live with that. Oh. Let's look forward. Final cut. Well, the final, like, big plywood cut. Oh my goodness, okay, that was funny. So, as I was making towards the end of this cut, I was hitting the... Okay, let me show you. I was actually hitting this little, like, this little, like, thing for the mic stand. Just like, so close. Oh, incredibly close. Hang on. Is that the rippage? That is the rippage. Oh, I need the crosscut side. That's the ticket. Oop. Okay. Oh, this is going to be a G part. And just please allow me to just take a big moment to breathe in, breathe out, and realize I am now done with the circular saw, which I am ecstatic about. Absolutely ecstatic. I'm not sure if I'm really conveying the sense of how excited I am, but it's genuinely nice to know that I can put my keyboard back on my workbench. I can start to work at a scale of things I'm used to working at. So we're gonna take more pieces out of this, but we're gonna use the table saw for that. So I'm gonna take this set to the side. up against the workbench. So I am done with circular saw coon. So like all these like supports that I've been using to keep the circular saw off the workbench while I make my cuts, all these I'm gonna throw somewhere. Hey, there's a good somewhere. Man, that's a great somewhere over there. And circular saw coon, and get unplugged. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, and then set. Your saw can get. So I'm gonna just take a quick water sip break. I deserve that. I really do. Okay. So after that quick water break, which was like one of the huge sucks that I couldn't do before stream was get the table saw put up because of working with all that big piece of plywood. I knew working with it was going to be a big pain in the butt, and I didn't want really any. Drop. Boop. Okay. The legs extended. Now just. I'll do it. Yeah, slide on that sawdust. Thank you. Woo! Yeah. That's roughly how things work out around here, right? Awkwardly. Yeah, usually things work out awkwardly. Oh, I got caught under the workbench. Lovely. And you know what? Workbench, I'm gonna set the caster. There you go. We gotta lock the caster now. Yay! Let me do a quick plug-in. Let's collect. And so, what do I? So, let's move over to the table saw. Yay! So kids, do you remember how to set your table saw blade height? Get yourself a piece of material and slowly raise the blade. Points above your peak. There we go. Just a little bit. So. Okay. A part's cut out, B part's cut out, C part's cut out. Actually. At some point, I had a pen. And I don't know where my pen has gone. My pen has gone. Okay, well, I was gonna go through my little like parts list and mark out what we got, but we got part A, we got part B, part C, D. We don't have E, which is gonna be 5" by 2. So I think the first thing we'll do is we'll start with the Start with these 10.5 pieces. Because I need 8 10.5 pieces. We're going to also be taking some cuts off this other piece of plywood, but we'll start by doing some 10.5. So what is it? 10.5 by quarter. How do I want to do this? Do I want it to do? How do I want to play with this? Question. It's 13 inches, so I might as well just set it up, feed it, reduce this to 10.5, and then I can just batch off. And then I can batch off pieces. That seems... I think that's the way to go. So... that looks to be... that looks to be good. I'm gonna want 8 half-inch pieces out of this. Well, 8 pieces, 1.5 inches, so... actually, screw it. Let's just go ahead and rip this and go from there. Oh. But it would help if... actually, I need to... this is actually kind of important. I need to actually move where I'm getting my power from. I'm gonna have to move where I get power from. Even circular saw was enough to dim the lights in the earlier, and I have no idea what table saw coon could do to the lights in the shop, so I'm gonna go ahead and... so I went ahead and moved the power cord from an outlet on one side of the shop to the other side. So let's go ahead and rip this down to 10.5 inches. My best edge on this, because the best edge is going to be the one where I'm going to be ripping all my pieces off of. So I want 10.25. So actually, I'm going to need my miter gauge. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Need a few things. Give me a minute. This might work. There's the miter gauge. So I'm gonna want all my offcut half off my... now the question is, how do I get to have that? I have an idea of what I'm doing, but I don't have the best idea. I think I need to get a longer... excuse me a moment, I need to get a longer piece of scrap. Longer, but... other... actually, you know what? You know what? So, since I have a lot of pieces to batch out... Oh. Damn it. My brilliant plan is ruined. So what I was gonna do is gonna just take, like, this piece of wood... Don't need my sword. Here's my things. Thanks, extender. I was just gonna use this as a stop block. That's not... I can do. Especially because I need to batch. Thing is, I'm trying to think about what's the best way for me to batch out. I need to batch out like 8 pieces from this. At least 8. I have an idea. I'm not sure how I could make 1-inch marks, then use that as like a... Wait. Idea. Not the best idea, but it is an idea. What if I mark my 1.5-inch spot? Sharpie. I'm gonna erase the blade for a little bit, so that way I can get my bit over. What if I go with something? So what I've done is I made a little tick mark. Then I can basically be like, okay, I want it here, and then I can just whoop my piece through. I am going to try it with one piece because I definitely have enough. There's enough wood here to get me all my work pieces and then some. So we're just gonna try it and have fun. Okay. Do. It's a little short at that end. Oh wow, yeah, that's not... Okay, so... I mean, this is still... no, it's not. So, one of my... Started out fine, but I didn't have... I don't know if I didn't have, like, the support I needed. I don't know. I want to try again. I really want to try this idea out. That's weird. Pieces keep coming out. Well, the short end is fine. The long end is long, though. So, I have a slope to it. I keep getting a slope to my pieces. Granted, this is once again another reason why I need a crosscut sled, which is basically like, okay, hey, it'd be great if I already had this one tool for this build, as I'm trying to build a build for to get stuff. Let's see, let me look at where I'm using these pieces. Because depending on where I'm using these pieces, I may not super need them to... Wait, no. Phone, you're doing things. Please don't. I would like to just view my plans. Stop. Okay. Where am I going to be using these pieces? The 10.5 inchers. Because I need to know... Not using them at F, 10.5 there. Oh! Okay. So my 10.5 inch pieces, it is more important for them to be the width of 10.5 inches versus having the right depth, judging by where they are in the build. So that's what I wanted to make sure of. Because as long as they're all 10.5 inches, that's fine. But if they're a little wonky on their side, that's not a big deal. We can work with that. So the build goes on. That's... So let's see, that's... Oh! Cool! We got plenty of pieces, so that's all the 10.5 inches. So I'm gonna need a 5 by 2. Well, I'm gonna need 2 by 20. So for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and mark it out. That way I had... Because I'm going to make a 2-inch cut, and then I'm going to cut this into 2 5-inch pieces. Those are going to be D. Okay. Further along and better along than my initial expectations for this stream. Sure about that. I don't know if like cutting out all the parts and really the best idea, but hey, here we are cutting out all the parts in one stream because I think I've got these, because this one block is gonna turn into 2 things, and I think after that, the 12 inchers, there's just a bunch of small stuff that needs to get batched out, so. Yay! Yay. Oh man. Exciting. So that's gonna be scrap. This is gonna get turned into 5-inch pieces. Update. Cut a 1/4 inch off because this was 10.5 inches. So we'll cut just a hair bit off, and then we'll divide this in 2, and then that'll be pieces. You know what? I was thinking about eyeballing it, and that was a terrible idea. Woo! Oh boy, that's yeah. No. That's way too sketchy of a cut. So, big pro safety tip, whatever have you, with table saws. Always kind of like always do like a dry cut with it and see how it feels. And if you do that and alarm bells go off in your head, then yeah, something bad has happened. Well, not necessarily something bad's happened, it's just to do what you're about to do. So for this, I'm just gonna quickly cut this out. Oh. Okay, there's those pieces, and okay, they are a little uneven, but I don't think that is a big issue. So I'm gonna put all this in the work pieces, and unfortunately, the iPhone just reminded me that it is about to die. Which I guess is just a sign that we've been having a lot of fun today. So, I've got, let me see here, I've got, and getting these table saw cuts taken care of is gonna be lots of fun. Let's see, we got a couple H cuts. Let's see, H, those are gonna be 1/2-inch cuts. I've got some scraps I set aside. Yeah. Oh, I want to do that. This is how much is it? This is 1 3/4 inch. Do I have any 3.5 inch? Honestly, I think I might just cut this down to size. Ah, here's my pen. Cut this down to cut this down to 33.5, and that will be one of our pieces. That'll be one of our long pieces, and then I got another long scrap piece of plywood that we can use to hopefully simplify some of. How thick is that stock? That's weird. Oh. Cut it all the way. That's something. I don't think that blade was raised high enough. Strange. Okay. So that is going to be, I'm going to consider that one of our, actually, let's see here. I need, we need 4 1.5 inches. That's 8. This is going to be an H, piece of H. So here's my other piece of scrap from a past project. So, I'm gonna mark my, wait. Ah! I think I screwed up. Ah, I did. So, my H pieces need to be 33.5. This is 31. So, that's not a work piece. I need 33.5 inch pieces with. But so, I've got a little tick mark here, so we'll get this cut off. And we'll rip some pieces out, I guess. Ideally. Just check that. From my hair long, I don't think that's going to be a big issue, but I'm just going to... Yeah, I'm a little long. To find out which piece. So I got a bit of a rock. Don't. So this is the side I want towards the fence when I'm using the fence. See here. Uh, 6 inches away. So I should be able to get like, cool. You there. Grab the fence. Walk, walk. Bring it in. I think what I'm going to do is basically, but what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna bring it in, but just a little bit, and then I'm gonna check that. So I'm gonna check and see if that's what I want. That's actually a little too deep, because I'm wanting to cut 1.5 inch pieces up. That's an idea of eyeball. I've got a lot to learn. I've just got a lot to learn. Okay. Another 1.25 inch piece. And then this little bit, not gonna worry about that. Okay. So we got 3 pieces out of it. What? That's 2.5 inches. It's 2.5 inches. We need 2.5 inch pieces that are that long. So I'm actually not going to mill that down anymore. 2 long pieces. I have a visual representation of what I got. So I need to batch out. So we're gonna need how many of these pieces? Notes. I'm gonna need 3 of these and then 2 more of these. And then I think that's actually gonna be all the parts for the build. So that's exciting. This out and confirm my length. Yeah, 33. Sweet. So this is going to be the factory edge. So get things where I want them. And handy dandy pencil. Because then we're going to just basically start feeding this through. And I think we're going to start with the 2-inch rips first. Not this piece. So I've got a little bit under 2 feet on it, so I'm gonna bring my effects out. So I've got under 2 feet. Dry test. Actually, I'm in just a hair. Dry test again. I think we're good. I think we're good. So. That's 1 piece down. So if I look, if I bring it, I think that should be next 2 inches. It's a little big though. I think it's a little big. 2.5 inch mark on it, and then do a dry. Yeah. Yep, that was 2. No, I need to go out. That's the problem. I was going in the wrong direction. And we're just gonna slowly make our way up to where. Yep. Cool. Yay! We got one more 2-inch. One more 2-inch piece. Yay! So stoked. Love progress. And it's actually nice because this has actually gotten to the point where this is like, I can kind of throw it around a bit easier. So I need to bring it in. What? Huh. So if I cut there. Now we'll bring it in just a hair more, just a hair more. There. Oh man, that's right on the money. Yay! Okay, so now we got, ooh, let's flip that back out. So we got just 2 more cuts to make and we are done. Well, done with cutting. Done with cutting parts. So okay. Look, it's great. Woo! One more cut. One more cut. One more cut. Yay! Oh. Let's see what that gets us. I'll take it. And we'll wait for the blade to stop spinning. Hell yeah. Awesome. Cool. Woo. Oh my gosh, it has gotten so incredibly dusty in here. Oh, okay, so. Good news is, granted, I didn't actually, well, yeah, you know what? I'll just go ahead and say that. Like, I didn't actually think we would get all the pieces made tonight. I didn't really think I would get everything like hammered out, and so the iPhone that's been doing the tracking is slowly dying, and hey, that's what you get when you buy a refurbished phone. But hey, apparently the iOS tracking is the best tracking there is right now. So that is a prelude to me saying that I think I'm gonna go ahead and end stream today. We got all the parts cut out, so. And with that, that basically means we're nearing assembly and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and end stream for tonight. And so we'll probably resume this. We'll resume the build on probably Tuesday of next week, depending on how things go with my personal schedule. I won't promise. There might be a gorilla Sunday evening, but we'll wait and see. And yeah, well, my name's Sugi Yamagawa, and thank you for tuning in today. I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and yeah, hopefully you'll be along for the next step in like building this quality of life upgrade for the shop. And I like how every time I go into one of these like build something to be like, okay, this is gonna make building the next thing easier, and then it's like, wait, I need another thing to help me build things for the other things, and it's great. It's great fun. But yeah, have a good evening, morning, night, whatever it is, wherever you are, and I'll see you all around. So thanks. Bye-bye. Oh. Wear your gloves, kids, when handling big pieces of plywood. Wear your gloves when you handle big pieces of plywood, and you won't get hurt. Like this dingus. Okay, see ya.